mainstream media was not talking about it, even though they knew about it. So I thought, well, here's the perfect place. And they said, you will have the chance that you can talk about this all you want. So we're introduced to Montel. He was the head of the quote-unquote program. He was the master of ceremonies, whatever you want to call it.
He was the circus leader.
Well, yeah. It was kind of like on Survival, where you're booted off the island. Only on this case, you were booted off the ballot. And every week you would have to do something new and different to be in the program, to stay on a week longer and attract the attention of the people. So I was booted off, I will tell you, after the 5th week. Now, Sheriff Richard Mack happened to be on the show, too. We did not know each other was going to be on there. And Sheriff Richard Mack was booted off after the 4th week. So they got the weirdos, the people that were talking about Constitution and stuff like that, out of there.
Let me guess, the gay guy won? I don't remember.
No, he didn't. But the guy who looked just like George Bush and talked just like George Bush won, is what happened. So anyway, so I thought, oh, this is my chance. So I brought with me volumes of documents, like I always carry around whenever I go around to do a talk or a speech. I carry my evidence with me. I brought biological, all the information on the biological weapons that were sold to Iraq just prior to the Gulf War. I brought biological chemical information we sold to them. I brought everything with me, vaccine information, everything, in these documents so that I could sit down with Montel and say, Montel, you have MS. Montel, let's look at how many people come out of the military with MS, and the fact that now the military has so many people getting MS from the vaccines, I believe, that they're now making it a 100% compensation for the military. At least they did that time back in...
Joyce, this is incredibly important. Can you stay with us 15 minutes the next hour to be able to finish all this?
Sure.
All right, good, because our reporters are being accosted by the police and given a ticket, selectively enforced when you can use a bullhorn downtown. We're going to spend a few minutes cutting to them, live video Skype as this happens, so it's on record. Let's go to our McDonald's coverage demonstration with the police, I guess, trying to frustrate the First Amendment. Let's go ahead and go to that right now. And then we're going to have folks now drive around and honk in front of it there if we can. I guess the streets are blocked. Let's go to that feed, guys. Here it is. All right, here is Joe Biggs, and the police are there looking like they're very sorry, but it's like last year. They wouldn't let us hand out magazines until I said, go ahead and arrest me under orders of South by Southwest on the street corner. Then the police backed down, but they're selectively enforcing the bullhorn ordinance because I've done it all over. Joe did it last night. The police know they can't uphold that in the middle of that blaring. Other people have bullhorns. The pedicabs have them. This is selective enforcement right now.
They're hassling him about the decibel level, and they don't even know what the decibel level is.
That didn't have a meter?
There's a fan right next to us that's blowing us out of the water.
Well, what happened? Have you gone into the place yet?
We get a good shot of all these cops. These are the cops here.
All right, hey, have you? I know, but don't get caught up all day just talking to them.
Officers have arrived.
All right, listen, you need to get back to just try to go into the McDonald's facility, because McDonald's knows if they send the cops in, you'll just argue with them all day. Get the ticket, I'll pay it, or whatever, or we'll sue them over it. I don't want to, we'll sue to overturn it. Just the main thing we need to do is, are there people showing up at the McDonald's facility to go in on their own? Or have they just shut it down? We'll talk to do during the break and get more on after Joyce leaves. We'll continue to monitor the live feed. Joyce, very interesting that that's going on. Did you see, Joyce, where they're trying to now not have the inserts say what vaccines and drugs can do to you? And it looks like Congress may actually pass a law to now hide what's in the drugs and in the vaccines, Joyce. That was in the Washington Post yesterday. Is that not unprecedented, Joyce? Looks like we've lost Joyce. We're going to try to get her reconnected and come back to her in just a moment.
I'm here. Okay,
good. What do you make of the move to block people? And then we'll go back into the Gulf War stuff and Montel Williams after the break. But so it's somewhat congruent for what I was just talking about. Did you see the article yesterday where they're trying to pass a law where you won't know what's in a vaccine or the side effects or the drugs? Drug companies want that?
I know. Can you believe in this country we would be doing that and exonerating any pharmaceutical company for any and everything they do? There is no way you can sue a pharmaceutical company now.
Incredible. Joyce, continue as we go to break about the Montel Williams situation.
Okay, so I approach Montel and tell him, Montel, the vaccines are a major issue. I am vaccine injured from the Gulf War. He didn't want to talk about it. He didn't want to even hear about it. And I said, if you want to do something, you can really do something now by talking to the veterans, bringing this issue out on a national level like I cannot do, and addressing it. I have got all the evidence you need here to know that the veterans are suffering from vaccines, biologicals, and chemicals the U.S. government sold to Iraq. And he would not address anything that had anything to do with the government, with the military. And so I had this stack of documents there in front of him. And I said, look, this is a life or death issue, and you have a chance to do something about this. Now, what can we do here? How can we? He didn't want to hear it. He did not want to hear it. So if it has to do anything with the government or the military, he won't say anything. Now, of course, he's been jumping all over the VA and been supposedly the veterans advocate for that, which I think, that is so wrong of him to do that.
By the way,
now.
stay there, because yes, that's when he attacked us last week and said that I was a criminal and evil, was when we tweeted out an article that was mainstream news about people celebrating dying veterans.
This hour brought to you by InfidelBodyArmor.com. When it hits the fan, don't be left without the body armor that will save your life. With prices starting at just $374.99 and ships free. Get yours at InfidelBodyArmor.com. Just won't quit.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
It's time to kick some ash because cigarettes have met their match. Smokers are switching to Vaporite e-liquid by LeSig because when you kick ash, you kick tar and smelly smoke too. LeSig smokes the competition with real people customer service, a 7-day satisfaction guarantee, and same-day fast free shipping. Become a vapor today at LeSig.com, spelled LECIG.com. LeSig e-cigarettes. Kick some ash.
For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com. No survival chest is complete without Silver Bullet. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Silver Bullet.
Last year, in the Nevada desert, one family took a stand for freedom. Numanna Food Storage was the first and only company to support the rights of the Bundys. While others stood down, Numanna took donations and provided storable foods to the men at Bunkerville. Founded by patriots who believe in liberty, Numanna Food Storage is GMO-free, great-tasting, and easy to prepare. Food is freedom. Buy Numanna today at PowerPrepper.com. Numanna Food Storage you'll love to eat at PowerPrepper.com.
It's no secret that government and big business buy in bulk and get huge discounts not available to the little guy. Until now. Introducing a breakthrough crowd buying website where people can join together, buy in bulk, and get massive discounts on millions of popular products. It's TogetherSave.com. TogetherSave.com. You can save 20, 30, or even 50% off tablets, smartphones, cars, appliances, textbooks, sports equipment, video games, and much more. All with free delivery. Check it out. TogetherSave.com. Visit now and start group buying today at TogetherSave.com.
By the way, they ticketed Joe Biggs and basically said, just no bullhorn, period. It violates the decimal rule, but everybody else can have a bullhorn. The police looked apologetic about it, but it doesn't matter. It violates the Constitution, and we're going to have to make a big issue out of it. But I'm going to tell Joe Biggs in 30 minutes to have a press conference at Red River and 4th Street. They're in front of the McDonald's barbed wire concentration camp. For any alternative media or others that want to be there, we're going to tweet that at Real Alex Jones that Donald McRonald has been ticketed for free speech. We'll hold press conference at 1:30 at the McDonald's compound. We'll send that out in several tweets. We'll put a blurb on InfoWars right now. We need everybody to go down there and support Joe Biggs. And he needs to go back into the front of it, put down the bullhorn and try to go in to get the free garbage food and see what happens. That's the directive. That's what I want them to do, and I want folks down there to support them right now. And again, there's a $1,000 prize for first place for whoever goes in there and asks your own questions on your iPhone or whatever about the plastic emulsifiers and the nuggets and the growth hormone and all of it. You can't stop the citizens. They'll go after Ronald. That means you can go in there today only, get your video, upload it to YouTube. We'll post the videos tomorrow, and the winner will get $1,000, second place $500. So Joyce Riley, going back to Montel Williams, it's not about this quasi-has-been guy. It's about behind the curtain of how these people really operate. So you were on this reality TV show with him for a while. You got to know him pretty good. Please continue.
Well, I just got to know him whenever he was there. And I do want to say one thing. I've seen on your posts, some of them, people saying that he is gay. He is not gay because he had a girl in every port. So it was well known that he was not gay. So I just wanted to say that.
In some of whose post? Our post?
I think, yeah, on one of the stories, somebody was making a comment about.
Oh, you mean the commenters, not us? Yeah, I don't care what his sexuality is. I have nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Right. But I just wanted to say, no, he had a girl in every port, so that was not the issue. Anyway, but the whole idea was, if he was really for the veterans and really wanted to know, like I told him, I said, look, I'm vaccine injured. I was a flight nurse in the Air Force. Now, there was no other person in those 10 people, an American candidate, that had been in the military. So you would think he might have listened to me. I was a captain. He was a captain. We were both injured somehow from the military, or at least I thought we might have been injured as a result of the vaccines. But he didn't want to hear about it. He did not want to hear that the government could do anything bad. But if you look back now, and Alex, you were to look at what he might have done from 2004 until until now, if he had really looked at the issues of these veterans, he might have been able to do a tremendous amount of work, a tremendous amount of good, saving lives, saving those homicidal, suicidal situations from even occurring. If he had made a stand, and he had a chance to do it, and he had a chance to look at the evidence, but he would not do it. So I am saying to him, if you want to debate me on this, if you want to come on the Power Hour, if you want to challenge me on what happened between you and me there at American Candidate, I will be glad to. Because I've still got the stack of documents that I brought to show you, that I wanted you to know.
Well, he's got to feel stupid, Joyce, because it's already, you were one of the first to do this, but years later it came out in Life magazine, you name it, that the mutations in the babies were 4 or 5 times higher, 15 times, 16 times higher in Fallujah in the next war, that the troops were hit with a cocktail of bad vaccines, and then, of course, different chemicals, and the DU and all the rest of it. So, I mean, you've been totally validated, and so has Dr. Doug Rockey and so many others.
Yes, but the VA's position still is that if you come in complaining of something the Gulf War illness, you're crazy. You're just crazy. You have a mental problem. It's still that way.
Oh, if you think fluoride's bad for you, have a mental problem, when Harvard and the London Guardian and the British government say it'll hurt you really bad.
They want you to believe the propaganda, and if we buy it, then we're sunk. That's all there is to it.
That's right. Joyce Riley, thepowerhour.com. I'm Alex Jones with Infowars.com. We'll be back with 15 more minutes of our guest. Then I'm going to cover news, open the phones, and go to a press conference with Donald McRonald, the good McDonald, exposing McDonald's. This is important, folks. This is how we're going to bring these people down. Get downtown in Austin. Support him if you're listening in Austin. Down there on Red River Street, 313 Red River Street.
Visit GCNlive.com today.
In the near future.
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball.
Alert. Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media operations.
We let the worst people get control and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
It's a popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
Alex Jones is now in an Austin jail.
These people are assaulting us.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.
You gotta set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda they put out. Intellectually, it's begun. You can feel it.